What is going on, Zinger Nation? Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Ryan Rozbiani, and today I'm welcoming you back to another episode of After Hours. This is a show on the Benzinga network where we come to you after hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to discuss what was going on in the markets, across the indices, what are some big stocks that were moving up or down, and then in the third part of the show, I interact with you from the comment section where you can put in any stocks you'd like me to review, as long as you hit the like button, and we will jump into those charts directly. So today, as always, we will start off with the indices. We'll review SPY, QQQ, IWM, and Bitcoin. We'll go over those four. Then the stocks that I'm going to be discussing in this stream are AMC, Disney, as well as the CPI data. We'll be reviewing that because that's a very big deal going into this upcoming week. I might even jump into the CPI data first before the indices, but that should give you enough time to go out there and find some AMC folks, bring them to the chat. I want to prepare them. As you've seen over the past few weeks, we've been discussing AMC a lot. A lot of different things have happened. We hit the Disney stock spot on, and if you played call options or even raw commons, you should have done very well. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Let me just shoot out one tweet about this. That way we can get some folks going in. Sending that out. Boom. All right, let's rock and roll. Okay, so I'm going to, just so we can streamline things a little bit, I'm going to be jumping into the CPI data first so that you folks can understand why everything was moving so wild today, because CPI data, for those of you who don't know, is the consumer price index data. Let me go like that. That'll be a little more easier. So actually, we don't have a background for some reason. Let me turn on a background so we can have something here. Yeah, let's do that one. Perfect. I want to have something there, right? Before I share on Twitter, are you bullish on AMC? I'm honest about AMC. That's what we do, Nick. Nick, we're going to tell you exactly how it is. So I'm indifferent. I'm someone who's unbiased about AMC. So what I do is I go over the support resistance levels and where I think it can go next. So this is one thing that I suggest to all traders is don't always look for confirmation bias. Look for people who are looking to tell you the truth. Someone can come and tell you that a stock is going to X amount of PT up, and some people are going to tell you it's going to X amount of PT down. So I think that as someone who's been doing this for a bit now, almost 4 years, I always like to look for people who are honest and unbiased. And that's the one thing that I can promise you that I've been doing on this network, especially with all stocks, especially with AMC, is being unbiased. So you can do whatever you like with that. That's just what it is. That's how I operate. Jeff, what's going on, buddy? How you doing today, Jeff? Okay, so let's go. So I want to jump into the CPI data first because I want to review that. So those of you who don't know, CPI is the consumer price index data. It's a reflection of kind of like how we're doing with the inflation numbers. And so, yeah, Nick, I can promise you one thing. We're not going to be talking about FUD. FUD isn't what we do here. That's not what I care for. I'm not going to spin conspiracy theories. I even have a surprise for you guys, an Ortex membership, so we can take a look at the numbers there for shorts and stuff like that. So taking a look at CPI, we can see here, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. This is the highest number we've had since, like, year over year, the highest number we've had since like June of 2020. I think even before this, if we kind of like went to an older one, we were in like single, like 0.01. We were in negative at a certain point. So 0.9 is a massive jump. So if you actually saw my YouTube video, I have the link to my YouTube channel in the description if you'd like to subscribe. I predicted this. I said, hey, that we're going to have a jump in the month over month. Month over month is going to be higher, but year over year might be flat. I was wrong about the year over year. Year over year went up, but month over month went up. And exactly for the two reasons that I predicted it went up. It was because of oil as well as used cars. So if we come here, it breaks down kind of like to a kind of condensed. What is condensed? Concise. I think I went to go say condensed and concise at the same time. It said condensed. What's up, Lee? How you doing, buddy? So I predicted in the video, I said, hey, look, fuel and oil will be a big jump. And we had a big jump. Take a look at this. So we went from 2.1 to 2.9. That's the second biggest number here. And if you take a look here, gasoline, which is gas prices are going up. I literally said that in the video. I said gas prices are going up. We went from negative 0.7 to 2.5, and energy across the board went from 0.6 to 2.6. So you can see here that energy played a big factor here. So you can see that directly at the pump. You can see this. So one thing that triggered that kind of prediction in my head was I was listening to a conversation. Someone said that they were talking to their father, and their father said, remember when gas was $70 a barrel and gas well, I'm sorry, gas was $100 a barrel, and at the pump it was $4. Now we're at $75 a barrel, about like 75. We're at like 73, 72 today, and gas is about $3, $4 at the pump. So it's like, okay, so we're definitely seeing some inflation there. And of course, used cars, we're seeing that they're not cooling off. They cooled off for 1 month and they're right back up even higher than where they were in April, and contributing a huge factor also to the year over year energy as well as used cars. And year over year went from 5% to 5.4%. So it's getting a little bit wonky, as I'd like to say here with the CPI data. I personally don't think the Fed will step in yet. It is still a little bit early. This is a little bit scary. This 5.4% number, I was expecting flat or hairline fracture down to the downward direction, but it looks like that didn't happen. I was expecting us to make a move downward because I'll think the easiest way I can do it is I'll pull up the YouTube video that I did, and I'll quickly just reference that one single frame that I have in that YouTube video. And then I think it'd be a good idea for you guys to watch it because CPI data comes out every single month. So here, let me take you to that one frame. So I literally did a calculation myself. It's weird because I'm here and then I'm here as well. But look, CPI here, we had a hole last year. If you kind of take a look here, we had a hole last year in CPI data here. And then year over year, I was expecting, okay, I was like, even if we go up by 1.2%, we'll still be flat. But we went up by much higher than that. So it wasn't a hole. So I won't spend too much time on this. You can go and watch that video. My YouTube channel is linked in the description, so you can definitely go there and check it out. But this is big. This is a big jump. We know that Jerome Powell, the big guy in the Fed, excuse me one second, we'll be speaking on Wednesday and Thursday, so tomorrow and Thursday. And people are like, this is going to be scary, yada, yada. What are we going to do? This is not good. But I'll be honest with you, knowing how Jerome Powell operates and how these things go, first, he's made a promise that they won't be raising rates till the end of next year, early 2023. So that's like, all right. Plus, they've said that, hey, we'll let you know ahead of time. So that gives me another kind of like a hope bubble. Like, okay, so it's not going to be too bad. We'll be fine. This won't be too crazy. So those are the two things that like make me think, okay, so if we go up, if this number goes up, the number being interest rates going up to be able to kind of do this and initiating tapering, which means the slowdown of purchasing of bonds and all this other stuff, it will cause market shifts. Markets will shift downward because they won't be able to go out and get kind of this quote unquote almost free money because of how low the rates are. So we have to definitely keep that in mind. I'm trying to look for a tweet that came out of, I think it was Bloomberg, where it said that the markets are pricing in for a shift in rates for the end of this year into early next year. So that's one thing that I want you to kind of take a look. Yeah, Larry, exactly. What rate hikes? Exactly. I don't think anything is coming yet until next year. I think even if this is the thing. I think they can't. We are on such eggshells right now. We're playing with such few variables that if he goes, okay, we're just going to raise the rates, and then like come August, September, October, when we get the numbers for September and August, and the numbers go lower, then it's going to be like, oh, we got to backtrack, and it's very hard to backtrack on things like rates. Mike, how are you doing, man? Thank you so much for showing up. So that's kind of the mindset that I have with this. Is it scary? Yeah, like we're like literally seeing it now. Like gas is the one thing across the board most people buy now, unless you have an EV, then congratulations, you're doing pretty good. But gasoline prices are going up. We're seeing that. I think President Biden's going to have to tap our reserves. I've actually been talking to Larry, who's actually with us in the private Discord and Patreon, which is linked in the description if you'd like to join. We discuss this all the time, and he's my inside outsider White House man that I call him. Outsider trading, we talk. Outsider, little joke. So we're gonna have to tap the reserves, or we're gonna have to fast track some deal with foreign countries for oil. So because it's getting expensive and it's getting dangerously expensive, and we're going into the summer months where most people are traveling, and that causes a negative effect every time you have to go to the pump. That'll reduce traveling, which means it'll reduce the velocity of money, which means companies that rely on travel, kind of all of these quote unquote recovery plays, all of your airliners, Boeing, all of the hotels, all the casinos, everything that was kind of relying on a good summer to recover going into next year, won't be able to see that recovery because people will have to choose to stay home. And yeah, we'll have to do that. And yeah, Larry, you're 100% spot on. Tomorrow there's going to be a cannabis meeting with Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader for the Democrats, and I think he's the Senate Majority Leader now. I'm not very good on titles, but Larry can let me know, so we can see how this goes down. So it'll probably be good for cannabis. We saw a jump in Tilray in the after hours, so Tilray is actually doing very well. We will jump into the indices in 1 second. We're doing the show a little bit differently today because I wanted to hit on cannabis, but Larry brought up something very exciting, which is the Tilray jump in the after hours. So we can see here that Tilray is doing very well in the after hours. Look at that 1.72% jump. I'm just going to close my Webull and open it up one more time because it's getting a little buggy. This new version is bugging out a little bit, so I needed to. I'm going to allow that to reset for the time being. But if you have any questions about CPI, feel free to put them. Your disclaimer. Thank you, Paulina. Thank you so much. I completely forgot the disclaimer. But you guys already know that. Not a financial advisor. Thank you, Paulina, for letting me know and reminding me about that. Yeah, not a financial advisor. This is all for education and entertainment purposes only. This is an entertainment show. So definitely keep that in mind as we're going through everything across the board. Everything I say is just for entertainment purposes only. All right. CPI was interesting. Look, this is the kind of like when we were in high school, when we were in college, middle school, elementary school. This is your monthly report card. This is your progress report. This will affect the market. So let's take a look at how it affected SPY by taking a look at good old Webull. So SPY, you have to, this is the thing, CPI data comes out at 8:30 in the morning. So I'm just going to turn off all of these indicators. We don't need them right now. We're not doing any technical analysis. We're just literally looking at the charts. So guess where 8:30 was? This was this big red candle right here at 8:30 a.m. We had a massive drop of 0.25%. You might be saying, massive drop? Really? That's it? 0.25%? We're talking about SPY here. That makes an impact. And then it kind of came down all the way down to 435, which in the grand scheme of things is nothing, but FUD. Everyone's scared. But then into market open, we rallied upwards, and essentially nothing happened at all. Into the close, we had a drop back down to 435 again. So let me go to something like let me go to the 15-minute chart. That way we have some semblance of like order where we can see everything in one shot. So we ran up into kind of the afternoon into lunchtime, and then into close, we've sold off. And that's okay. Look, take a look at the grand scheme of where SPY is, right? We still hit a 52-week high today. In the midst of everything that was going on, we hit a 52-week high. So, and you should hit that like button, as Larry said. We hit a 52-week high in SPY today in the middle of all-time high inflation numbers, month over month, year over year. Not all-time high ever, but all-time for this year. High numbers, and we hit a 52-week high in the S&P 500. Does that make any sense to anyone watching this? Not to me. Usually, this is what happens when you have numbers that high. But the markets are already, it looks like they're beginning to price these things in earlier. The markets aren't caring because they know that that this has happened so many months over months of CPI data that the Fed isn't going to raise rates until the end of the year, because we know that going into this, it's going to be a little bit. It's going to be different. It's going to be different as we go into the fall months. Things will start cooling off. Hopefully, this is a lot of supply chain issues that are happening. Like the reason we're having inflation, for example, in oil is because of supply issues. It's just supply right now. The supply isn't there. For example, with used cars, it's also a supply issue. There's a ton of used cars that people are now being able to sell back. And we'll see in a few months, you'll go to these used dealerships and you'll see all the cars that they bought are now just going to be sitting on their hands, because people are now going out and buying used cars because they're going to need a car for the fall. Kids are going back to school. Mom had another kid, needs a car. Dad got to go back to work. We need 2 cars now. So they're going out and getting these used cars. You'll see in the fall, all these used car dealerships will be in trouble. You'll be able to get all your cars for much cheaper come October. So definitely keep that stuff in mind. Satsai says your Webull chart looks way different. How do you change those settings? Get a little bit more specific, and I'll try to do that. I think, are you talking about like the dark mode, light mode? You click this little setting here, and then I click this theme button here. That's the setting that I'm using. I want to take you to QQQ as well, which is our tech index, which also hit another 52-week high, where tech should be dead today. The NASDAQ should have dropped like 3 points today, or like 2 points today, easy, without a question. Nick says, yeah, I just minimized the watch list. So you can put like watch list on the side And all I did was I just clicked that and I minimized it. So as you can see here, QQQ did a similar move, down 0.75%, said, nope, we're hitting a 52-week high, and then came crashing down, but not too bad, not bad at all. You still closed higher. I think we still closed higher. Yeah, we still closed. What did we close at yesterday? Yesterday we closed at 362. Today we closed. Oh, we closed exactly. Look at that. We closed exactly flat for the day, 0%. I haven't seen a 0% day on QQQ in forever. This is awesome. I love seeing this kind of stuff. I'm a sucker for the stock market, so these kind of things are interesting to me. I'm happy. But this is the thing. The indices do not reflect exactly what is happening in the stock market. So let me take you to something like Apple. Apple is reflecting what happened in the S&P 500. Look, Apple had a great day. You might be saying 0.79%. We play penny stocks. 100% days are great. This is Apple. We've been trading sideways for months. We're breaking out. It's doing well. It went down yesterday, kind of priced in a lot of the FUD yesterday, and then recovered today. And now that's a big wick up, but it closed still relatively well. We closed still higher yesterday than when we closed today. So Apple did well today. That's one of the biggest holdings in the S&P 500. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla closed red today because this is probably due to all of the FUD that was surrounding the testimony with Elon Musk. Everyone's like, why is there Elon testimony? Why is he saying like Tesla would be dead if he wasn't the CEO? I agree. I think Tesla would be in trouble if Elon wasn't the CEO. He's the marketing campaign, and a lot of it is behind it. But credit to all the engineers that are there. They also provide a huge value to Tesla. So it's kind of insulting to say that, but that causes FUD. There's a ton of articles going around. Tesla would be dead if he wasn't the CEO. You saw all these things that were kind of being passed around in the internet. So definitely keep that in mind. We could take a look at a few more random stocks before I go into the stocks that I want to kind of discuss with you all. I want to take a look at Microsoft. Microsoft rallied today. Again, technically still a tech stock. Rallied. It's now just kind of chugging along. I've got my fib levels backwards. That's not smart, but I'll redraw them. Now we go here. So we can just kind of thing is that with Weebly you have to draw it and then like it decides to like, hey, we'll magnet it for you like right after. There you go. And don't forget to lock it. Whenever you draw something, you just lock it. It makes your life easier. But if you look here, with Microsoft, I was trying to play some options, some short-term options. You can build, like you can draw your support level. Like you can find shorter intervals. When you're doing options, it's really good to look at your short-term as well as your long-term support and resistance levels. And we were building support there, and it looks like it consolidated sideways for like 4 days, and then just broke out. So you see here, ran up, consolidated for 1, 2, 3, 4 technically, and then jumped up. And it's funny because this is a negative red day, but it's still and moving in the right direction. So technically it consolidated for 5 days and then jumped to 1.32%. So you can see that consolidation isn't a bad thing. Don't see it as a bad thing. That being said, let's go to the stock of the hour, AMC. If you're watching this, I'd appreciate it if you can go and let your AMC Apes Nation get everyone in here like last time. You guys helped bring a lot of folks to this channel. I'm going to tweet it out again because I want you. I promised you all one thing when I started this discussing AMC in this series. I said, hey, I will promise you unbiased information. That means I will have to close my position and I will have to tell you exactly the truth of what I see and how it moves and support levels, resistance levels. And if you're watching this and you can literally see on the stream, we're following this. So let me just tweet this out. Discussing AMC. Oh, cap lock is on. Never like that. Discussing AMC. See. That being said, let me also log into Ortex. Ortex, shout out to my buddy Sung, was kind enough to sign up for Ortex and give me access so I can share with you all what the short interest that Ortex is reporting. Now, I know a lot of people don't believe the short interest numbers. A lot of people are like, these numbers aren't real. These numbers are fake. This is the only source I have that is accurate. No, not accurate. Let me take that back. This is the only source that I have that is paid. And we'll compare it to FinViz, what their short interest is as well, because I know that's the one that a lot of folks post. But Ortex is a paid service, so their numbers are on paper supposed to be a lot more closer to what the true short interest numbers are. So just giving you a heads up. So here we go. FinViz is telling us AMC is 16.83% short. Let's go to Ortex. So I hope we don't get in trouble for screen sharing or text, but I don't see why we would get in trouble for screen sharing or text. So if you look here, this is kind of the area you want to, this is the graph of short interest. Yeah, the zoom functionality. This is like one of those sites where if you try to zoom, it gets smaller. But if you can see here, we had a massive spike in short interest going into Monday, May 24th. And then it's sort of like they began covering their short positions because they're losing money. They're losing a ton of money. The shorts, we saw that Melvin Capital lost a ton of money. So definitely going to have to keep that. Definitely going to have to keep that in mind, is that they're losing money. So what happens is once you start losing money, you have to start covering, because if you don't start covering, you're going to lose more money. So as you can see here, it looks like the short interest data is starting to drop. Now, again, look, I know a lot of folks say that this isn't true. This isn't real. Whatever you want to believe, that's up to you. But this is the number that I have. And we can see here, it's telling me the short interest data is 15.38. This one's telling me it's 16.83. So there's a bit of disparity. Nick, I agree. How can shorts cover and the stock can go down? Well, the thing you have to remember is short positions are reported every 2 weeks. And by the time we get the data through something like Ortex, it's already outdated. So what happens is a short person covering a short position can cover their short position, and then someone else can come in and open a new short position. So what can happen is you can see consolidating this way, right? Sideways, usually we'll just assume no shorts were affecting it here. It was just normal trading, right? Consolidation sideways. And I was expecting to jump here. To believe it or not, I was expecting us to rip in the upward direction, right? You also have, the JK style is right up. So people can also sell. People can also sell their positions. Not everyone has diamond hands. People will sell their positions. But you can also have what's happening here. A 6.37% and about what is our average volume over 3 months? It's 158 million. So you get a big jump in volume of over about 50% jump here of 6.37. So this is the thing. You could have shorts covering here. This candle could have been the day the shorts covered, and then new shorts showed up. This is the thing. Shorts don't just disappear. Shorts will cover, and then they will reanalyze the stock or the chart or whatever they're looking at, or however they operate, or whatever their mathematical formulas are. They will reopen their positions, and this is the thing. You won't see it on Ortex. You'll definitely won't see it on Finviz. This data does not get updated all the time. This data is fairly outdated, right? And we did a massive 2-hour stream last week where I literally went into depth, and then I went onto my channel and I did another hour and a half, 2-hour live stream on my channel discussing the new short rules where they want to make you to the point where it's reported either daily or weekly. So right now they're being reported every 2 weeks, and then they're being reported for every 2 weeks, and then it takes at the end of that week it comes. So by the time we see it here on things like Ortex, it's probably too late. So like the most updated data you're getting right now is for June 30th. So if we go to like June 30th on this chart, so where's June 30th? Boom, 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 right here. So if you look here, you had a green day on June 30th, right? Not a massive green day, but as you can see here, you had 8% day, almost 7.5% day here. You could have new shorts that opened up here, and new shorts could have been opening up this whole time period, and then some people might have covered here on the 8th. So it is very, 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 very hard to get exact short interest data. Are you saying there will be another short squeeze? I don't know, Tony. I don't know if there'll be another short squeeze. I'm not a fortune teller. If I knew this, if I was a fortune teller, well, we'd all be having a different conversation. Do you think there'll be a mother of all squeezes? I don't know. I don't know because right now I don't know what the true short interest data is. I just have the number from June 30th, which is telling me 14.75, and this is telling me like this is the most accurate number from the last 5-7 days of 15.38. Now, could new shorts have come into this equation here? I don't see why not, because to me it doesn't make sense that it dropped on two big catalysts that went very well, from my understanding. The Black Widow movie did fantastic. We discussed it. The Black Widow movie dominated box offices, beat Fast 9, of course. Why not, right? It's a bigger franchise. It's got bigger stars behind it. It's Disney. They dominated. Then you have the UFC event. I don't know what the numbers for the UFC event were. I couldn't find them. I was looking for them before this squeeze. I was reading the word squeeze before this situation. But we'll see. Mike saying there was a mother of all squeezes, 8 to 72. Is that, yeah, that is a big squeeze, by the way. Like, this was, I would consider this a short squeeze or something, some sort of squeeze, some sort of movement. This is the thing that needs to be kind of, look, this is a 750% move, whatever that was, whether it was a short squeeze or it was a momentum move, whatever, right? One thing to acknowledge is it doesn't have to be the mother of all short squeezes. Short squeezes happen over many intervals of time. You can have micro short squeezes. So like this could have been a short squeeze where people had to cover. This could have been a short squeeze where people had to cover. This could have been a short squeeze where they had to cover. That's the thing you have to remember is like this was probably short. This is 100% day. This could have been a short squeeze. Oh, cool. Tiny Pie Media. UFC was just under 1.8 million globally. Was that 1.8 million tickets sold or 1.8 million dollars? Either way, that's pretty good because people don't usually do these kind of, they go into like the movie theaters, but the ticket prices were quite affordable for UFC compared to, what is it, like $60 at home? They were doing $25. I don't pay for pay-per-view. I'm not a pay-per-view person. I'll go see it at a friend's house or something just for fun. But this is the thing with AMC you have to keep in mind. We have to stop pondering on, so RSI MACD are going down, so I'm just going to minimize this. We have to stop pondering on kind of what we don't know and focus on what we do know, kind of like we've been doing in the last couple streams, right? What we do know is we have support levels and we have resistance levels, right? So let's take a look here. So our big support level, which I drew last week for you all, which was at kind of the bottom of this massive green candle, is at 37.78. So today, if you look here, you have a support level that is also formed here. Generously, yeah, at 38.76, which in after hours, you're actually below this support level here now in after hours. So your next support level is actually, you could say, what is the low point on this? 35.50, 35.60 could be your next support level. So I'll just break my own rule. I don't like to use the bottom wicks as support levels, but we'll do that. That's fine. 35.59. So let me move it up a little bit. Okay, let me just redraw it. Just keep in mind that we're all in, no one's against you in terms of us here. My goal here, because I'm seeing a few angry comments coming in. My goal has always been on this stream to provide you with what I'm seeing and how I'm operating. I'm unbiased. I'm not a hedgy, and I'm not holding any AMC. So I got no dog in this fight. My only dog in this fight is I made a promise to provide educational content as best as I can and be as unbiased as I can. So we can take a look at it. So sure, we'll take a look at the AMC's going down hard now in after hours. Nick, now you're spreading FUD. I'm totally kidding. So let's take a look. What happened? Let's see. Is there any news? Dow Jones. Okay, let me go to Benzinga. Where's my Benzinga? I want to see if did anything happen? Because we know there's no offering. They said that they're not doing it. They're not doing any offerings, so it's not that. AMC shares are trading lower amid continued profit taking following the stock's recent retail-driven surge. I guess maybe it's here people took profits. I'm not sure what that is. Sam Raimi, Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man series, the director, fantastic. AMC stock was a hit. I'm sorry, AMC stock. Black Widow was a hit, but one analyst thinks it's still too late for AMC. I don't pay attention to these articles. I just pay attention to what I can see on the chart because I don't. This is the tab that any SEC filings. No SEC filings that matter here. So let me just go right back to Webull. So look, and he bounces to 37 at 37. Funny, that's funny. It looks like it's bouncing there. So tomorrow you want to make sure you can keep this 35.55 area, right? Nick, you can sign up. There's links in the description if you'd like to sign up. This is the thing that I'd say keep your eye on. This is getting hard, right? Because if you are someone who bought in this consolidation area for whatever this is, right? Doesn't look like he owns Benzinga. I don't own Benzinga. Of course I don't own Benzinga. That's Jason Raznick. but it looks like it's down 40%, not points, 40% if you bought here in this box, right? It's difficult to hold any stock from a psychological standpoint and watch it go down 40%, watch it go down many, many days in a row, have one good day, then go down many days, especially after good catalysts, right? Why is your name Benzinga then? Because Michael, the channel's called Benzinga. My name's Ryan. Good to meet you. If buying more than Y is dipping. So let me see what I can do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to try to log in so I can get my level 2 data. So we can see what level 2 looks like here. You guys just got to bear with me 1 second. You're not seeing what I'm seeing, so I'm just adding my widgets back, and I've got a massive light in front of me that's blocking everything. Okay, let me put this here. Just give me 2 seconds. Classic trader. Jump up, pull this off. Let's close this. Move trade. Okay, here we go. This should help. So this should give us an idea of where we're going with AMC. I don't know where my yellow line went that I just drew it here. I think the hedgies took it. I'm just kidding. I'm not serious. Let me draw that back. I think I might have accidentally deleted it. Let's go a little darker on the yellow so it pops. Okay. So look, you're having volume analysis. So we're in after hours, so I can't see if it's buys or sells that are happening here on the ticker tape. But what's happening here is you're having a massive outflow. So this is level 2 data if you're not familiar with it. This is massive outflows. This is massive. This is inflow. This is outflow, right? So what you're seeing here is you're having an outflow. Okay, there's your inflow. Your inflow is now coming in. You have some inflow coming in here. Let's go to 30 so we can get more views. So your big order is someone who's buying in right now. People are saying that they're buying in. So this shows me the buys and sells for all of us. The Sam. Let's hope you're right. I'm not sure who this Sam is. This is the thing. Your inflow, outflow. The people who are buying or saying that they're buying or tweeting about that they're buying. There you go. Someone's now buying 12,000 shares at 37.62. So we have to wait for that to hit. If now your inflow is higher than your outflow. You see that? You see how it shifts? You have your outflow here at 37.80. So this person could be day trading this. So look, they're buying 2,000 shares at this and planning on selling it here. So you can see trading happening here. And you saw like when we first pulled up the level 2, the outflow was much higher than the inflow, but now we're seeing some inflow coming in. But your big orders are down here in the 37.25 area. So I guess people are waiting for this to come down to this support levels, to these lower lows, and kind of scoop them there for bounces. But it looks like people are selling. That's the thing. This is retail. You can see retail here. You can see institutional here. Sometimes if they're not doing dark pool sales. Dark pool you can't see on level 2. No, I wish that'd be so cool. But you can see it here. You're having your inflows. These are inflows that are coming in. These are outflows. I don't know of any retail that buys on dark pools. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind for sure. But you can see this is the retail. These are the people that we see on Twitter all the time. Those guys are hopefully retail, the ones that I see everyone talking about and talking to. So you can see that Soon Moon Gang. Soon Moon Gang. That's a great name. Soon Moon Gang. So Olivia Clara says Soon Moon Gang. Soon Moon or When Moon soon. But look, this is good. You're having some inflow coming in, but you also have to remember we are in after hours. Richard, welcome. Richard, where you been? AMC is waiting for you, man. We've been waiting for you. Dark pools, invite only, are extremely expensive. Yeah, dark pool is not for everyone. Why does your company? It's not my company. I don't get paid by Benzinga. Benzinga is kind enough to allow me to stream with full creative content, so I can talk about anything and everything that I want. They've had CEOs on that they've talked to, and then I've come on the stream and said that I don't like the company. So I'm able to talk about anything and anything I want. So you have to remember exactly. So here you go. JK's spot on. Benzinga is on the side of the apes. This is the thing that people forget. I want to clarify this. Look, I don't get paid by Benzinga. I literally don't make $1 doing this, right? I do this because I want to interact with you guys and I love you guys, all of the retail market. Benzinga was the first company to get Webull on the phone during the GameStop situation and the AMC situation where people had stopped trading. And they talked to the CEO and they technically confronted the CEO and said, hey, look, why'd you stop trading? Then the CEO picked up the phone, called Apex Clearinghouse, came back on Benzinga and said, we're opening up trading again for GameStop and AMC. So I'm not sure what this new thing is now. Everyone's going around. Everyone loves to poke fun and say like, oh, Benzinga's spreading fun. Benzinga is the reason why GameStop and AMC trading opened up on Webull. So I just want to put it out there. I'm just saying it out there. Like, I don't have a dog in this fight. And I'd say it if they were spreading FUD. And I'd literally pick up the phone and be like, hey, why are you guys spreading this? But these are the guys who were the first ones who said, hey, it's stopping trading is bad. Like, you can go. That was my first day on the network was my interview. I was supposed to be interviewed. That was my first day. These guys were the first ones that said, hey, look, we need to start trading again. They brought on the CEO of Webull. They brought on Dave Portnoy, with paper-handed, but that's okay. You're interviewing people. You can't control what people do. But they helped. You know what? I'm going to find that stream. Because to me, it's a little bit insulting the way that some folks say Benzinga, Webull, CEO. Here we go. Remember in January? Remember back in January? Here we go. It's 25 minutes. I'm not. As you look, they got the CEO on the phone, and Jason and Luke were talking to him this whole time, saying, "Hey, you need to start trading back up again." He called Apex Clearing. You can literally Google it yourself. Look, Google and watch it for yourself. Anthony Diener, CEO of Webull on Zinger Nation here on January 28th. So go and watch that. If you don't believe me, go and watch that. Again, I have no dog in this fight. Jason doesn't pay me. Nobody pays me. This is the platform for retail. These are the guys who go out there and they find the data that you guys need. They fight for you. They literally call up CEOs of these companies and talk to them and confront them for you. This is the only news organization that does this for retail. So that's why it kind of hurts my feelings when people say like Benzinga spreading FUD. They're not. This is not how the network operates. This network isn't built on clickbait BS that a lot of other networks are. So that's what kind of bothers me, especially like I'm seeing comments coming like he's a fraud. Like, I've been spending 2 hours a day streaming for free with you guys to try to bring as much real information as I can. And I don't think this is over. This isn't over. This is just the beginning of the month. Shorts are repositioning. Apes are going to come back in. People are going to buy. You're going to see institutions buy because institutions are also making money off of this trade. And we'll see it. Fix the focus. The screen is blurry. My screen is blurry. Let me see. Better now? I hope. Or maybe turn up your settings. Maybe your little dials off. Give yourself a new. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate you. By the way, if you'd like to, I clicked the chat's going fast today, and I appreciate. By the way, just do me a solid. If you guys are part of this story, if you're doing this, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. There's a lot of different sources out there on the internet. We're one of the only ones that are trying to bring you real news, real fast, really real news. So I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump back into Webull. I'm going to review where our support and resistance lines are. I'm going to see where we're going to bounce just like last time. Remember, last Tuesday was what? So this is last Tuesday was okay. Now my taskbar. This is the thing. Whenever I'm filming like a YouTube video or something, this taskbar on the bottom just comes up willy-nilly. Whenever I don't. So I streamed on the 8th and I streamed on the 6th. So on the 6th we streamed. And then on the 8th, we streamed. On the 8th, we had a fantastic day. Like we bounced. We figured out exactly where the bounce was. So let's figure it out now, too. Let's see where we're going. Let me put my headphone. I think Spencer's coming in. Spencer, what's going on, buddy?
No, not much. You're like putting in work here, and I just wanted to like come in and like.
Yeah, man, I saw. I got a little bit. A few folks were saying like, "Hey, Benzinga spreading FUD," and I had to pull up that interview with the Webull CEO. I was like, "Hey, look, dude, these guys literally called up the Webull CEO, made him call Apex Clearinghouse, made trading happen again." I was like, "This is malarkey. I'm not gonna sit here." I was like, "I have no dog in this fight, but I'll tell you how it is. This isn't true." And I was like, "We gotta like for real. We gotta like. I want to show people like this is the one news site that has been honest with retail, at least retail." For as far as I can know with this whole situation.
I definitely do not want to take over your show. I'm sorry, but Nick, if you want to grill me, you can grill me. But I no, this is Ryan's show. I don't want to like take over Ryan's show. Maybe you guys can grill. Maybe if I tell you where and when, like on the stream, we can do this, but I wanted to like come on because I didn't know like because I wasn't like I couldn't hear you because I was just on the meeting, but I saw all this happening and I wanted to get in there with you just in case you're like taking bullets. And so
No, I'm good, man.
Yeah.
There's so many awesome people in the chat. There's a few people who are not happy, but that's okay. We can't we can't please everyone. We're not selling ice cream, and even if you sell ice cream, there's gonna be someone who you don't have their flavor. So I'm here for the people who want to be here and want to have fun and want to like enjoy what we're doing.
Yeah, look, there are buyers and there are sellers, and frankly, that's a beautiful thing. That's what makes the market, right? When you only have buyers, when you only have buyers, you get going up, but eventually it'll crash. That's just the nature of markets. Right?
That's how this is what I was showing them. Like, for example, let me show you this. We were talking about what was the stock? Microsoft, MSFT. Yeah. I said, hey, look, the stock went up dramatically and then traded sideways for 5 days, and today hit a 52-week high. Yeah. That's just how things work. It's like the stocks need to consolidate. They need to kind of cool off sometimes to allow people to come in and buy. Kind of like here, I was showing them here on AMC. I signed in and pulled up the level 2 data. I said, look, there's buyers coming in, but they're waiting for it to get cheaper at 37.25, 37.45. And if you look here, selling pressure is decaying because, of course, we're in after hours. So it's not like hope is lost, but it's just like we got to take it with the facts.
I'm glad you brought this up. So I just lost a bet with Dennis Dick, the co-host of our pre-market prep show.
That's got to suck.
The bet was, what would AMC hit first, 67 or 40? This was 2 weeks ago. I bet 67. Dennis bet 40. He was right. I bought to buy him a dozen donuts. All right,
guys, go grill Dennis. Why are you guys grilling Spencer? Spencer's literally losing money fighting for you guys.
But all that being said, like I did bet on the upside. That being said, so like you've got the level 2 up there. Like, can you talk me into this chart right now? And I'm not trying to be an ass. Like, talk. And everyone is going to say I'm spreading FUD. Whatever. Talk me into the chart. At least acknowledge that the chart does not look great right now. And this is coming from somebody that just lost a betting on AMC. You know, talk me into the chart because in all seriousness, I don't think it looks great.
Right. Yeah. So look, let's be straight up. And I told them, I said, I'm going to be honest with you all. So I have to go to something like a 4 hour so we can see the after hours activity.
Sure.
This is where I'm seeing. So I even pulled up Sung hooked me up with an Ortex kind of membership to kind of see what the short interest is. He said, hey, take this Ortex login, show them what it is. So the shorts began to cover. It looks like they began to cover sometime so we had the June 30th data, which is 2 weeks old still, and we won't get the new data for a while. They began to cover around the end of June. And we can see that here on the daily. We can see the big spikes on the daily. You had green days on the 28th. You had green days on the 30th. You had 2 green days here. So this technically sort of covers their technical covering of shorts did happen. They did get quote unquote squeezed out. So don't use Ortex illegally. Now I'm calling them. Okay, call them. It's my login. What do you want me to do? So you can see here that shorts did cover. Shorts are covering. But this is what I told them too. I said, new shorts come in. Shorts leave and then they come back in because they could have opened their short positions up here and they could have opened up here or up here. So they technically made money. They left. Now they're going to come back in. And they're going to come in and they're going to buy and open up new short positions. And then buying pressure picks up. So literally, like, as I logged into Weeble's level 2 data, so I had to log in so the level 2 data comes up. Selling pressure was massive, but then buying pressure came in to follow it. So look, we're down here. The support level's at 35.55. That needs to hold. The support levels down here are sort of gone. They've fallen because in after hours, this thing is dropping massively. So the 41.63 support is gone. The support level at 38.84 is gone. The Bollinger Band, we've sort of ripped through the bottom of the Bollinger Band already today with trading, and it's falling harder. So it's not looking very good right now. The biggest issue that AMC is having right now is it doesn't have volume. Volume is low, and volume that is here, it's outflow volume. It's not inflow volume.
Yeah, I mean, the volume, if you want to look at a daily, the volume, did AMC just hit a new low for the year for volume? I think it may have. Maybe not for the year. I'm lying.
Not for the year. Because you have to remember that we still have all this stuff that back when it was like an $8 or $4 back in that time. So that volume was still tremendously lower.
Technically, I'm talking about, what was the 9th? That was Friday, right? I think Friday. So Friday was 57 million shares.
57.
Almost 58. We'll call it 58. on Friday. Okay, so it's still way more than it was in May. Okay, in April. I stand corrected on that. But yeah, stocks consolidate and you wait for a spike in the volume, and I'm waiting for the volume spike. It is not coming. Also, with regards to the Ortex and the short interest in general, as I understand it, is way more art than science, and I think even Ortex would agree with that, right? It's everyone's got their own methods of calculating it and all the different numbers as it relates to short interest and
FINRA is even acknowledging that now too. They said like, hey, there's other ways that people can short the stock. I did like a 2-hour stream last week on Thursday with this new FINRA document that was out, and they're like, hey, we acknowledge now that there's another way that these guys can short it with puts and all this other stuff. So
I mean, you don't even have
FINRA is changing it. So the AMC apes are making a huge movement, and they're affecting it. And FINRA is making changes to like, now we're going to make it weekly, and we're going to make the information out for free. Come August, they're going to start making these changes if the vote goes through. So changes are happening.
You can use options, you can use swaps, you can use all sorts of derivatives. You can, right? I mean, yeah. So short interest, I think, is not the end all be all. Plus, the information is delayed. The thing about and also is I don't even, maybe you would know this more than me, but has the short interest number, if we take it at face value, has that even been going up? Because
it's actually got, so they're going to hate me for saying this, but that's okay. I look, it's been going down, but come the next reporting on July 15th, it could go back up. So just because if you look here, it's reported like every 2 weeks that it comes in, so it could go back up. But at the moment, Ortex, whether they believe it or not, or whatever it is, says it's going down. You have FinViz's number, which is actually like 1% different from what Ortex is, and FinViz's number is usually never correct, but it's 1% off from where Ortex is kind of saying the short interest is.
Yeah. Don't they have to cover? No. I'm trying to understand what this comment is. I mean, I don't know. Like, look, at the end of the day, we don't really know. We're all speculating, like, who is short. Like, someone just said just short AMC. I can't even imagine.
No, you can't. I think it's not even worth shorting AMC. It's a stupid thing to do.
Who? That's what I'm wondering. What moron is still short AMC? Because you just saw what could happen. Like, what idiot is still shorting this thing? Even if you think it's going down. Like, just from a risk control standpoint, right? Like, especially like, these hedge funds, whatever, theoretically are good in theory, not always in practice, but in theory, know how to control their risk or control their downside. What idiot is shorting this thing? Like,
they're doing a terrible. This is what it's become. It's become a matter of ego for them. It's like they're literally burning through money. Like, to them, it might not be a lot of money, but it's millions of dollars. I think it was 46 million was the last report that I saw. Or I think it was Melvin or someone lost that much money. So I don't understand what the story is here of wanting to short this stock in particular. There's millions of other stocks out there. Go short those. So I think it's ego at this point. It's become an us versus them, David and Goliath story, and they don't want to lose, but they're losing. So we'll have to see how it plays out. By the way, screen sharing Ortex is not illegal. I've seen Meet Kevin do it. I've seen many other streamers do it. So JR, I apologize, but it's not illegal.
JR, take a chill, man. Is all I can say.
I think JR is making money off of Ortex, and he's mad that like I'm screen sharing Ortex. He goes, no, these guys should all be paying for Ortex. I make money off of this.
No, Mike Wisdom asked the probability that crazy squeeze happens again. Hell, I don't know. But we know it can happen. That's all that matters is it can, right? And a lot of people, and someone like was telling me, oh well, look what GameStop did. Right, GameStop, had that first spike, and then it came back down to earth, and then it did it again, and then it did it again. Right, AMC's really only had the one, I guess if you count the January thing, but the move from May and June dwarfs what happened in January, obviously. Yeah. So, if we're waiting for round 2 or round 3, whatever you want to call it,
next earnings, I think that's when this will probably start to cool off. Maybe it starts trading sideways. And I think next earnings, it's where the hype kind of picks up again. This I mapped it once, like going back into it. after every earnings is when kind of it starts spiking back up. So if we kind of go back in time a little bit, now the previous ones aren't massive, but they're still spikes. They went from, what is this, 750 to $14, almost a 100% jump there. And then of course you have the whole January situation that happened. So earnings is something that's favorable for AMC. And I even made a video on this on YouTube. I said, hey, look, these are your next possible jumps. Now they won't be 500%, 700% jumps, but you can make money. And AMC, it's in their favor for their next earnings. You've got Fast 9, you've got Black Widow, you've got all these movies that are coming out. So I don't see why they would make money into their next earnings. Now, it won't be fantastic, glorious earnings, but it'll be better than before.
Wait, something else I forgot about this. I just want to, if anyone's like doubting me or whatever, I just want to show you on this board behind me. I literally wrote AMC to the moon. Okay, look here. I'm going to bring it up to the screen.
Guys,
Okay.
Spencer just lost money betting for you guys.
It literally says, here, let me, can you see that? It literally says, oh wait, I don't think you can see it.
No, it's too glary.
Wait. It literally says AMC to the moon on my board. I wrote it. I don't think you can see it.
Hold on, let me see if I can take you to full screen.
Wait, yeah, let's go full screen.
Hold on. Let's go here.
I got it. Okay. Look,
There you go.
look. It says it. AMC to the moon. Don't act like
And there's Aaron.
what are you doing, man? Get him off my screen.
Oh.
Anyway, I just wanted to show that.
This is the thing. This is what kind of confuses me with this whole situation is if most people that I've seen that are buying this bought it down here. So they're not even sweating it. Like most of the people that I've been talking to were buying, even if you bought under this $35 line, you're doing fine.
Right.
Up here, it starts to get a little bit dangerous, right? In this trading side of zero. And I thought, I've discussed on our streams, I thought we were going to come here, we're going to consolidate, and it would make a second run, but the volume wasn't there. That's the biggest problem, is the volume wasn't there. AMC needs the buying pressure and the volume to come in order for it to move. Now, this is the problem, is if it's being shorted to oblivion, which we're starting to see shorts start to cover, and if new shorts are opening, and we'll find out in 2 weeks, I will come back on the stream and we'll talk about it, obviously.
Great
but
point.
if it's being shorted into oblivion, we'll see that in 2 weeks. We won't be able to see that now. No one has that data. Like you can sign up for Bloomberg Terminal. Bloomberg Terminal is pulling from Ortex and this other app, which are still 2 weeks old. So
yeah, so I think it was someone in chat asked, it was like, volume does not determine bullish or bearish. Yeah, but without you need the volume increase to get a new trend going. You do. You need a volume spike. That's what I was saying. Somebody asked, when is next earnings report for AMC? We do not know. Based on prior years, I'm going to go ahead and say probably the first week of August. But just to give you,
August 5th is the estimate.
I'm going to give you a ballpark, right? But that's not confirmed. Ballpark. Yeah. Last year was August 6th. The year before was August 8th. The year before was August 1st. The year before was August 4th. The year before was August 1st. So somewhere within like the first week of August, but we don't know because they haven't announced it yet. Mm-hmm. So we have no idea.
We'll see. And the good thing is this is one thing that AMC shareholders don't have to worry about is an offering. The guy promised Adam Aaron said no more offerings, no more dilution. So that kind of that huge bearish variable is now gone. So that's one good thing you can keep in mind there. And you have good things coming for you going into earnings. Now, I'm not saying hodl. I'm not saying go buy more. That's not my job. I can't tell you to do that. But the whole point of this is that do whatever's best for you and how you're operating these things. And look at the chart. These are the only facts that we have, right? The only things that you can hold the fact, it's not what I'm saying, what Spencer's saying, what any news article's saying, what anyone on CNBC or any other news outlet is saying. It's the chart. Take a look at the chart. Take a look at your level 2, analyze it, and do whatever's best for you. That's all that we should be doing as traders. The good thing is, whatever this AMC, well, not whatever, the AMC movement, the GameStop movement have caused a massive ripple change in FINRA. FINRA is looking at this massive shorting and the manipulation that's happening in the markets, and they've committed to making changes, and they're taking steps to make the changes. So I have to congratulate anyone who's been part of this short movement. You've made a change and you've changed the stock market. So congratulations and thank you. So if this short interest data becomes weekly or even daily, as they're saying, which would be almost impossible because being able to consolidate all that data, and I don't see them doing it that fast, but even weekly and giving it out for free, congratulations. You guys did something amazing. Now, you might have not been able to make millions of dollars off of it, but last I remember, the whole point of this movement was to cause a change in transparency of data and removing short interest manipulation. So congratulations. You guys did 2 massive things that are going to change the stock market forever.
Yeah. Totally agree. Someone was asking, Foodalo was asking if there's data about order routing. Look, market structure is incredibly complicated. My orders, your orders, they never make it to the exchange, guys. They are never. Our orders are never getting to you, and I are trading with Citadel and Virtue.
Yeah.
That's who we are,
Apex and all those guys,
and that's who we trade with. And yeah, so I don't know if there's anyone who says they have dark pool data. Hold on, anyone who says they have dark pool data, honestly, kind of full of shit. Okay,
aren't there subscriptions though that they could sign up for and see this dark pool data? There's some services out there that show you or try to show you dark pool data, but it's very hard.
The whole point of dark pools is that they are obscure. They obfuscate, right, their activity, and they hide, right. That's kind of the whole. Everyone is claiming they have like dark pool data. Maybe they have some, but I would say I would take it with a grain of salt. Is what I would say. No, you think that's probably a better way of putting it, Brian. Some of it's probably good. There's no way that anyone has all of it. Yeah, it's again more art than science. But sorry, I sort of feel like I took over this stream, and I apologize.
No, you're good. I got a chance to take a breather and drink some water. It's always good to have someone jump in.
Yeah. And just in case you couldn't tell, I don't work for a hedge fund, guys. I'm not that smart.
Yeah, neither am I.
Yeah, if you have a prime broker, it's a different story, JR. JR, do you have a Bloomberg out of curiosity? You seem like you have a Bloomberg. Because I'd always thought that S3 was like the main provider of short interest data. They're the only ones that I knew about. There's maybe one more that I can't think of right now, but I always thought that S3 was like the main short interest.
There's something called like Black Box, I think, within the Bloomberg chart. I think it's called Black Box. I don't have Bloomberg, so I don't know, but it's Box or Blacks. It's something. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe, JR, since you have a Bloomberg, maybe you can back me up on that. But like, I had never heard of Ortex until a few months ago. So, you know, I'd always thought that, but then there was like those problems. Like S3 had that problem. Oh, I forget what stock it was now, but S3 had like a problem with how they calculated their data, and they got called out, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we fixed it." Or maybe it was like FactSet. I don't even remember at this point. It was a few months ago, and I was like, "Oh damn, S3 can screw up, and if they screw up, then everyone else screws up because everyone just cites S3, right?" So yeah. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Okay, thank you very much for confirming that, JR. Cool. Well, it is 6:02, guys. I know we had a lot of fun here, but the party must end. Do you have any final thoughts, man?
No. Good luck to anyone who's part of this AMC movement. Please do whatever's best for you. And if you guys have any questions for me, you can find me on Twitter. If you go to the RyanStocks.com website in the link, you can find my Twitter and YouTube. I'm more than happy to interact with you guys, and I'll be posting the AMC charts in between streams as best as I can. And Thursday, I'll make sure to cover more AMC stuff because this is the hot topic. So we'll definitely be talking about it, and wish you guys all the best of luck. And thank you for having me on the network, Spencer.
Oh, you know what I should do? This is what I should have done when I first came on here. Put on my AMC bucket. You want AMC? Wait.
Look, they just went up 10% because you put the bucket on.
You want the AMC or you want the Wonder Woman? I got the Wonder Woman bucket too.
You got to do Wonder Woman, man.
Jesus Christ again. Anyway, Wonder Woman to the moon. AMC.
There you go.
Let's go. All right, everyone. Have a good day and balance that. Have a good day, and we'll see you on Thursday. Stay classy.